Welcome everybody to an episode, special episode of Homesick Philly Bros, presented by AML Media. I say this is a special episode. It's going to be quick because all we want to talk about is just the playoffs as a whole, not breaking any film down or anything, just kind of some, I guess, our gut reactions of all of the games. Before we do that, though, Rachel, if you could hit us with our plugs, please.
Okay, we are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All of our social media handles are on the screen, so take a screenshot if you're watching the video, or you can go to our website for all of our links, aml.news.blog.
Perfect. Intros, I am Gene Labordi. This is my brother, Stephen Labordi, and off camera, doing all the hard work is Rachel Labordi. Once again, this is Homesick Philly Bros. So we are literally a couple minutes after watching the 49ers-Cowboys game.
Yes.
We've had a lot of good football, mostly all good football games to watch.
Except for the Giants beating the shit out of the Eagles beating the shit out of Giants. If you're not an Eagles fan, that wasn't a great game to watch.
That was
boring.
awesome for us.
Yeah.
We got out in front of the lead, stayed on it, and on paper, no matter what you put it, the better team won that game.
Yeah.
But by a lot more than I thought was going to be the case.
The Vikings made the Giants look better than they really were. And we're going to break that game down in full on Thursday as a normal episode. But the Eagles physically just dominated the Giants. And it was so fun to watch. And the obnoxiousness on Twitter and just the Eagles crowd. The link was electric. And Jalen Hurts was all business after the game, and he's the most boring interview in all football, and I love it.
As an Eagles fan, you've seen everything plus more. You didn't see any fans doing anything dumb or anything like that. It was all class acts for the most part, and played with the right amount of attitude. I think it stems down from the coaching.
Yeah. After a bye, you're a little worried about energy, and they didn't need much energy to beat the Giants, but they had enough.
That must have been such a fun game to be at.
That was so awesome for us because I was saying on the bye week while we were resting, I was saying, like, it's so awesome not have to be stressed out, to be able to sit and watch football. And this divisional round, that was the calmest playoff game. Because when we beat the Vikings in 2017, the Vikings at least went up in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we, stomped them later. This game was never in doubt.
We went up 21-0 in the halftime, and continue to dominate 38-7, which is the same score that we beat the Vikings.
That's what I'm saying.
The year we won the Super Bowl.
So let's keep the 2017 vibes rolling.
So let's start. I guess we'll just go from top to bottom. What I'm seeing here. Bengals-Bills game.
Surprising, that one.
Surprising. Ended up 27-10, the Bengals winning. That was an awesome... If you're a football guy, that's a fun game. Especially if you're a Bills fan, because it's got the snow. They're out having... I'm sure that tailgate was awesome with the snow and jumping through the tables. But when the team came out, we both kind of said, like, it just seemed like they were flat-footed. There wasn't the energy there that you'd...
Yeah, I said maybe the whole DeMar Hamlin being back and just...
We were like scratching out looking for a reason.
I still don't have words for how the Bills didn't come out looking better than that.
There wasn't, like, anything at all. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't... They didn't get any big stops or anything. The Bengals... mostly did what they wanted. And
I said I wanted the Bengals to win before the game,
did.
But I didn't think it was going to be a 17-point. It wasn't even that close.
But by halftime, it just looked like the Bills were defeated.
The Bills weren't the same team.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even need to watch any of the game. Just watching, like, the play-by-play updates, you're like, Josh Allen is not Josh Allen today.
And that was the earlier game, so forgive me if I'm mistaken, but it's not like Josh Allen did the Josh Allen thing and gave up a lot of turnovers or something. It just seemed like, one, he couldn't escape the pocket. They couldn't get the ball down the field. The running game wasn't there. It's just nothing.
That's been their thing all season. They can't run the ball. The Bills can. If Josh Allen isn't running the ball, they're not doing dick in the run game. And I think this time of year, I know it's a cliche, but I think you do need to have that asset and that aspect to your offense. So They were the benchmark all season. The AFC, the Bills, pretty much. I mean, the Chiefs are just, they didn't even count. They're just always the best. But whatever, we'll talk about that. But yeah, surprising, and I'm happy. I'm happy for the Bengals.
Especially
unless they play us,
getting it back. Not having that the Super Bowl hangover they talk about
and
for the losing team.
They got dicked on the whole no contest, where they would have had to play on a neutral site, and they felt like they should have been. They could have before that Bills Bengals debacle with Hamlin. They could have been the 1 seed, and since there was a no contest, they lost the ability to become the 1 seed. So anyway, congratulations, Joe Burrow. Give Cincinnati something to celebrate again.
Yeah, and what did so I guess that's what when Burrow at the end of the game he goes, "Go get your refunds." Is that what he was referring?
The neutral site game, not.
It was supposed to be in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
because in case no one knows, if the Bills would have won, they would have had a neutral site game or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, regardless, Bengals with the adversity, playing away, and like I said, it must have been hard for the fans because they were loving it.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Bills fans. There ain't shit going down in Buffalo.
Yeah.
At least when the Eagles lose, it sucks for the fan base, but Philly's still a cool city.
And we got other sports and shit going on.
Yeah, Sixers
not just
are
like the
killing it.
Sabres or some shit.
Exactly.
So moving off the second AFC game that was played yesterday. Good game, hard fought. The Chiefs did win 27-20. I'll tell you what, man. Dougie P, we got rid of him in Philly. He won a Super Bowl. I was rooting for him. I was rooting for Lawrence. And it just they fell short to a better team.
Definitely a better team. But the biggest thing was like the emotional toll that comeback against the Chargers took for the Jaguars to get back up and go play an Arrowhead and win that.
That would have been a story.
That would have been incredible, and it's really hard to do. And a lot of ex-players will tell you that those big-time emotional battles, they drain you.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get back up the next week.
There's such thing as like emotional strength, and there's only there's a finite amount of emotional like stress you can take on.
Yeah.
At a certain
to switch
time.
it off and go right back to prep.
And I was rooting for him. I liked Dougie P. And everywhere they always say the players play for their coach.
You were upset when Doug Peterson got fired.
I was. I mean,
you still want Reed around too.
I'd still want Reed. He was like my second dad. Come on, he's a jolly fella.
But yeah, we all love Dougie P. So of course we're gonna root for him.
And it really does. It's hard to put in words, but like it does seem like the players really they love him and want to win for him. As much as every team says that, it just does seem a little bit more like that.
I think that's the one edge. People go back and forth on whether ex-players deserve to be coaches as fast as they get there or if they're good coaches. The one edge you can't deny ex-players have is players relate to them, and they will play for them, and trust them a little bit faster than a guy who doesn't have a playing background.
Yeah, like a Chip Kelly. Like that
That's
guy.
a terrible example.
Well, no, I'm just saying that guy because like he was so robotic. He's all about the numbers.
Yeah.
So like if you mess up twice or whatever, he's got a statistic to shove in your face. Where Dougie P might go like, "You're a human." He's not just playing the statistics and stuff. He's playing with the emotions that you sometimes have to have.
Before. He's been out there, especially when you got a young quarterback like Trevor Lawrence. It helped, to have an ex-quarterback and an ex-backup. Lifetime backup quarterback, so they are like coaches on the field backup.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's a shame, but the Jags are going to be good again next season.
Team to watch out for.
They're probably going to lose a couple big players, but they have Calvin Ridley coming. They traded for him. He's going to be able to play next season. So, yeah, and Patrick Mahomes apparently has a high ankle sprain. The whole NFL world is sucking his dick. Because he's the best thing ever. He's a superhero. He was hurt. He came back, which is great.
Because he's the only player that's ever played hurt before.
Jalen Hurts,
But yeah, it was weird. I mean, especially because it's who it is. Watching it happen and then try to play, definitely limp, go out for like a couple series, come back in.
You could see they had shots of him on the sideline like yelling to get back in the game with the coaches and shit and trainers.
And I mean, I guess you have to, but there was they're lucky they won that game because the guy that Penny, I forget the guy who came in for him. Henny. He threw a touchdown. He gave him a 98-yard drive. So
yeah, and that's why Reed was like not like he didn't really need He didn't think Patrick had to come back in, so they at least forced him to get an X-ray before he was able to come in. That's why he had to go off. But we all thought the Chiefs would be in the AFC Championship game again. Here they are.
Yeah. So moving into the NFC, we'll talk about us last because we already kind of did a little bit. But just got done watching the 49ers-Cowboys game.
Weird game. Didn't expect it to be a defense battle like
Old
that.
school style.
It was. It really was.
There was a lot of story. Well, not a lot. There's one main storyline, and that was the Cowboys kicker, kind of.
Yeah.
And they kept that camera on that guy the whole game, and he bounced back. He's lucky because he actually would have missed that first field goal or that first.
The one that got blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely going to be a miss. But he hit the 2 field goals, kept the Cowboys in it, did his job. So the rare time I'll be happy for a Cowboy is when Maher hit those 2 field goals and kept them around. But at the end, 49ers defense is for real.
They're legit.
So we got to be ready next week. And quite frankly, the 49ers only scored 19 points. I thought they were going to put up at least 24 rather. At least break that 20 mark.
Listen, both sides for both teams, the defenses stepped up like in hard positions. I mean, they would be on the, defense be on the field for 6 minutes and then a muff punt. 49ers defense come back out again and get basically the stop. Remember
too that Dak threw 2 bad interceptions and the 49ers didn't score, more than 20 points. I mean, the Niners also had a really bad muff punt that was returned inside like the 20, and the Cowboys. Was that their only touchdown?
Yes.
Either way,
yeah.
The what we're trying to say is, if Minshew was able to put up 40 on the Cowboys, I mean, for the Niners to only put up 19. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know how afraid I am of their offense coming into the link next week.
Well, you got to say, Purdy, the 49ers haven't had a lot of big wins. They've beaten a lot of crappy teams, that Purdy's been a part of. Now, I'll give it to him. The kid was putting the ball where it needed to be, not making any mistakes. But it's also he has such an awesome defense to get him the ball back so much.
Yeah.
So,
does anybody really want to see Brock Purdy play in the fucking Super Bowl?
You know why people do?
Why?
Because the Mr. Irrelevant type of thing where Tom Brady started off in a similar way, like one of the last picks, and then became Tom Brady.
Maybe.
So people are wanting to recreate that.
I guess. Yeah, I have heard the Brady comparisons, but Dak is not good against other teams, but we both said we wanted the Niners to win this game because, quite frankly, Dak plays good against the Eagles.
He does.
But these interceptions now at the end of the season, it's out of control, man. So if I'm a Cowboys fan, I mean, he still has a lot of money owed to him.
And let's just make this clear. Did it make a difference of Pollard going down? Yes, but that is not why they lost this game.
No.
Bad interceptions at bad times, and 49ers controlling the game in the second half.
Yeah.
The
Niners, the Cowboys did a great job, too, on defense of slowing down the run. So, I mean, the Cowboys did everything they could to stay in that game, but those turnovers are going to kill you. And maybe Pollard would have made a difference, but I think the best 2 teams in the NFC are in the NFC Championship game, and that's kind of the way it should be.
I think the best teams won out of all of the games. I mean, we're looking at next week we're the Eagles #1 seed are playing the #2 seed 49ers, which we've kind of been saying for a while. We think that was going to be the outcome.
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs #1 are playing the Bengals #3.
But again, because of the whole Bills-Bengals thing, they were basically half a 2 seed as well. So yeah, that's why a lot of people say their favorite round of playoffs is the divisional round, because that's when the best teams that deserve to be there clash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's no like 7-round upsets. There's no fluky wins. Like you can't win fluky in a divisional round.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be exciting. And Sunday, 3:00 at the Link versus the Niners.
My birthday.
Your birthday?
So it's not too late, guys. I'll either Jason Kelsey jersey, get it a 4X because if I go to games, I need to put stuff under it. So signed by Jason Kelsey. So whenever the fans want to send me that, and then you can just make it 2. But if you do 3 sideline passes for the next game, so just whenever you get a chance, put that in the mail for us.
Rachel, when you get this up posted, and you put it on Twitter, do at New Heights, so the Kelsey brothers will see this.
We love you so much, Jason. You have no
You're so good in the post-game locker room. That's when you really put out, right after a game, you're spent, you're tired. That's when he really puts out his best quotes.
And Thursday, when we break the game down, you're going to like it because I watched you. Dude, you manhandled number 71 multiple times. One-arm pancaking that guy. Just tune in Thursday because I'm going to.
And don't retire next year because you're playing better than you've ever played.
I love you, man. I love you so much. But yeah, so a little preview of we'll start AFC. Chiefs, Bengals. Just off the top of your mind, who out of your gut, who you think's got that
Bengals.
win?
This is why. If Mahomes has a high ankle sprain for real, I mean, most of his magical plays he makes are like scrambling around. And I just would think that Bengals have a lot of swagger.
I do too. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I don't know why, but I do want to see the Bengals. And I think they're a scary team. I think if we go to the Super Bowl, I think we match up better against the Chiefs than we do the Bengals.
I would listen, this is why I want us to play the Bengals. Because we have a disgusting, dirty defensive line, and they've got 3 starting linemen out.
Oh, okay.
That matchup favors us in every game, but especially against the Bengals. So, but I will say this: I think when the line comes out, which is probably already out, I haven't seen it. I think the Chiefs are going to be favored by 4. That's my guess.
Okay.
But I want the Bengals to win.
Yeah, both are going to be great games.
Who do you think's going to win? Not who do you want to win?
I think Bengals will.
Okay. So
The high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
And their defense lets up points. I mean, that's how they win games.
Yeah.
Just outscoring. I know it sounds dumb, but like, offense is how they win their games.
And Andy Reid has a history of losing championship games with the Eagles. Anyway. And obviously, just the Eagles should win. I think they will win. I know the 49ers had a great season, but we got some swagger going right now. Dude.
Yeah.
And we're home, so that immediately gets us.
If you're Brock Purdy and you're watching film on our defensive line right now, you're scared. Our defensive line is rolling at a high level, and I think we can stop. I think we can stop the run. I'm not afraid of Christian McCaffrey. I think we'll get this win. It's going to be a tight one. I think all these games will be tight. I know I wish I could just like see the future, know we win, so I could just enjoy the week.
Enjoy your birthday.
But that is,
But we're gonna break. I'm gonna break some more of the matchups and stuff down this week, and on Thursday when we preview the game a little bit more, we'll have a little bit more intel. But the 49ers can run the ball, and we can run the ball, so it might be a low-scoring game. We'll see.
Well. But yeah, we'll break that down. I got a lot of thoughts about it, but I'll say it again.
A wiener, by the way. I cannot stand Kittle.
Yeah, you already started hating him.
Yeah, I hate that.
As soon as you figured
He's
it,
corny.
He's corny.
He's clown shoes.
2 good games. I think the teams that obviously, but just by the seeding, the teams that are supposed to be here are here.
Definitely, and that's what NFL fans really want. At the end
That's
of
what the NFL wants too.
Definitely, and it's weird. I feel like we should be a late game.
Yeah, we got the Saturday game which was
this week you mean?
This past week, we had the Saturday slot. How are we not? I don't know. I guess in the NFL's eyes, the Chiefs Bengals probably are more viewership?
I wouldn't think so.
Well, because we talked about the national media and stuff.
They love the Chiefs, I'm sure. It probably has more to do with something between Fox and NBC.
Yeah. Good point. But yeah.
Sorry, CBS. The Chiefs Bengals will be on CBS. But you know what I mean. Yeah, it's some TV network bullshit, I bet you. Because I think two long-time NFC storied, I guess the Eagles in our eyes are a storied franchise, but in the NFL's eyes, they've won one Super Bowl. And
I would like to know that.
Well, you researched it for the Thursday episode.
I'll try. Yeah. Do you think that 52 is saying 52% chance Chiefs win? It's got to be what that means,
Yeah, what
right?
else would it mean? 52% chance to rain? Maybe? No.
Well, do you think there's any possibility Mahomes does not play?
No. He's definitely going to play. If it's a sprain, if there's no fracture or anything, and it's just a sprain, there's a chance he might not be able to last. But Lane Johnson did his thing with a torn abductor. Basically, his groin is hanging on by a thread. So,
but yeah, once again, Lane Johnson's awesome. I love you too, man. Yeah. You send me your jersey. I'll wear it all the time. I'll wear it. You'll just back and forth Kelsey Lane Johnson jerseys. Oh, that's all I'll wear.
Day, yeah,
even in the hot summer. But make them black. Send me the black ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, I don't have a preference. Just send me anything. You send me a hat, I'll cry and put it in a shrine. But good games.
Good playoffs so far.
Yes, all games. Shit, even the wild card round, there was all good football. So yeah, that's basically it. There's a little special episode for you. We're gonna have to start planning to
We're off the bye week, dog. We're back in business.
It felt like forever. That having the week off, watching all that football, I felt like a month of not playing.
I meant the podcast.
Oh, yeah, we had the bye week of the podcast.
My mistake.
That's my mistake too. I'm going back to the gym, so some days I'm just a little tired.
But yeah, thanks for stopping in, and we look forward to Thursdays. We're gonna break it down in full, and just every day we'll get a little bit more and more hyped for this championship round.
We will. Once again, I've been Gene Labordi. That's Stephen Labordi. Rachel Labordi, doing all the hard work. Why don't you send us out on some plugs?
We are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All of our social media handles are on the screen, so take a screenshot if you're watching the video, or you can go to our website for all of our direct links. The website is aml.news.blog.
Thanks for joining. We already did one, but it was on. The screen was up. You can do all high fives you want. Have a good week. Go Birds. Cacao. Have it flying towards the. Yeah, we're coming for you.